Hello, everyone. It is Tuesday, June 24th, in the year of our Lord 2014. How are all you doing out there? I am doing awesome as always. Wicked awesome. It's 2 for Tuesday. That's right. You know what that means. 2 beers, 2 babes, 2 hunks, 2 songs, 2 trivia questions, and a whole lot of fun. You know beer is good for you. You hot diggity goddamn right it is. And today's unofficial sponsor of our show is my good friend Will Coogan and his amazing Wharf Restaurant and Pub, Edgartown, Massachusetts, Martha's Vineyard Island. Will Coogan, owner, proprietor, legend, badass, and a fine outstanding graduate of Martha's Vineyard High School class of 1992 with my brother. Look at the February 11, 2013 edition of Beer and Song of the Day, where we filmed live with a whole plethora of vineyards, folks. It was a wicked, awesome, and exhilarating experience. Oh yeah, so the Wharf Restaurant and Pub, Edgartown, Massachusetts, get your butts on over there and get some good food and some good beer with some good people. Well, today's first beer of the day as we bring out the proper beer consumption apparatus. Why not? A little bit of long black IPA beer consumption apparatus, but we're not drinking that. No. We are drinking one that has never been on the show before. Never had this one before. I love my raspberry beer. I also love Founders Brewing Company out of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Founders Rubaeus. I hope I pronounced it right. Raspberry Ale. 5.7% above average in strength. There you go. And proper beer opening apparatus, proper technique. Here we go. I've never had a Founders beer that I did not like. We'll see how this one is. Oh, it smells good. It definitely smells like raspberry. Imagine that. 45 degree angle right in the beer consumption apparatus. Right over the keyboard. Sounds that damn good. Haven't spilled drop yet. Never have. Never will. Cheers to beers to all of you pros in St. Germany, goodbye as they say in Japan. Oh, this is fantabulous. Big solid A on this here beer. This looks and tastes awesome. This is what a raspberry ale should be, folks. This is what you want. Take it from the love doctor, I know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying, eh? That's what I'm talking about. Oh, Canada indeed. You gotta get some love to our neighbors up north. Why? Because they're ultra cool. And badass and wicked awesome. They're making something with chicken tonight. I have no idea what it is. Birthdays for today. My good friend Todd Gorski, a phenomenal Mafia Wars legend of a man, and a good friend of mine, Todd Gorski. Happy birthday to you. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Haven't heard from you in a bit. Love to hear from you. Let me know how you're doing. And brother, hope you have a wicked awesome day. Hey, celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers and beers. Next on the list, you're a vile one, Mr. Flint. You worthless freaking puke. Just kidding. Carl Flint, comical nav wizard that I know from me. Jolly old England, a great man indeed. Carl, what's up, brother? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Haven't heard from you in a little bit. Drop me a line, let me know how life's treating you. Definitely missed working with you in Jolly Old England. Comical Nav. Hey, that's right. GAC. You know what that stands for. Go ask Com Nav if they need an RMA or an RWA. That's right. And we know what that is. Because us GNC posse members, GCS posse, so much better than Comical Nav. Well, Comical Nav, alright. We love you. We love you. No doubt. Carl, definitely miss you. Have a wicked awesome day. Party hard and enjoy. Celebrate like 1969. Minus the acid. Cheers and beers to you. Next on the list, another comical nav wizard that I know from Jolly Old England. She's living in California, the land of fruits and nuts, otherwise known as Southern Oregon. A stunningly gorgeous sweetheart of a lady. And she is also an honorary GCS posse member for life. My good friend, we knew her back then as Jessica Kirchen. How about Jessica Mary? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Haven't heard from you in a while. Hope life's treating you absolutely méchant. Genille, French for wicked awesome. And hope you watch the show. Hope you enjoy it. And hey, remember folks, we're looking for real babes and hunks of the day to be featured on Beer and Song of the Day. Make it happen. Jess, you'd be a great candidate for that. No doubt about that. In fact, I talked to a very good friend of ours, who I will mention later on in the show, who was willing to do it if you were, but we didn't hear from you. But Jess, happy birthday, my friend. Hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. And by golly, cheers and beers to you. Next on the list, my man Lee Page. Lee Page, Gat God GCS Posse member for life. Milestone birthday, awesome stuff. Brother, happy birthday to you. A legend of a man that I worked with in jolly old England. And I actually know him from good old California, the land of fruits and nuts, otherwise known as Western Nevada, rather. Not Nevada, Virginia, West Virginia. They're pretty close. They're both out there and a little different. Anyway, Lee Page, a loud and proud man indeed, and brother, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. I haven't heard from you since the Truman administration. Feels like it's been that long. Well, brother, drop me a line. Let me know how life's treating you. And brother, hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers and beers to you. Hey, it's not your mom. Next on the list, my man Patrick Patch Boogie Gray. Now I know this guy from the old Farmville days, and Mafia Wars too, if I'm not mistaken. And Patch Boogie, my friend, haven't heard from you in a long time. I'd love to hear from you. Miss playing song pop with you. Man, you were one of my best and most fierce opponents. You and I definitely know our music, my friend. So hey, if you're interested in playing song pop still, get on there. It's a good time. And you should see the categories they got now. Oh my God. Well, Patrick Patch Boogie Gray, my friend, happy birthday to you. And hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers and beers. Next on the list, another Mafia Wars player. Celebrating a milestone birthday, that's right. Legal drinking age now, at least here in America. Now Lai, L-A-I. N-A-O-L-A-I. Haven't heard from you in a while, but great having you in the Mafia Wars crew where we love whacking schmucks and schmuckettes. You know, I get off of work, do that. Great way of getting rid of pent-up frustration and say, you know, it's been a hard day at work. I'm going to ice some fools. Well, hot diggity dog damn, it's great having you in the Mafia Wars crew. And now, Lai, hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Cheers and beers. Congrats on the milestone birthday. Hi, Allie. That is my niece. Allie Boogs McCutie. Just a sweet lady, isn't she? And how old are you?
9.
9? Wow, that's the same number as the average IQ of a normal Yankees fan. No kidding. Yeah, they're about as sharp as a marble, I'm telling you. I'm about to. She's... See, our lovely niece here, Allie, has stated that on Beer and Song of the Day, every day, what do I have to do?
Take off your sunglasses for 10 seconds.
That's right. So, ready?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And there you go. Cool? How cool is that, Allie?
Wicked cool.
Wicked cool, wicked awesome? Yeah, give me thumbs. Alrighty. Squeeze me. Alright, so there's our... Oh no, we got one more birthday. This one snuck up on me. This man's living in Little Rock, Arkansas. That's right, otherwise known as Northern Virginia. My good man, Sleepy Age. Sleepy Age, what's going on, man? How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope you enjoy the show. Haven't heard from you in a while, so drop me a line. Let me know how life's treating you. Hope you enjoy the show. Hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. Know you from jolly old England, eh? Mm-hmm. Cheers and beers. Wow, got through the birthdays? Good. We got a happy anniversary shout out. That's very important. My good friends, Chris and his wonderful, gorgeous, exquisite, wicked, awesome, better half, Sherri. Chris and Sherri Bradshaw, absolutely wicked, awesome couple living in Baden Haven, Massachusetts, best town in the world. Best. town on Martha's Vineyard Island. Martha's Vineyard being the best island in the world. And best state in the nation, Massachusetts. Without Massachusetts, there wouldn't be in America. Period. Dot. End of freaking story. That's where the revolution started. If it wasn't for Massachusetts, we'd all be Great Britain. United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland and the United States. I don't know. Something like that. Well, anyway, Chris and Sherri. I know Chris. Sherri's a Yankees fan. Nobody's perfect. Hey! She's an original New York girl. Nothing wrong with that. So when you're a homer, I'm all for it. You know, that's the only way to be. And Chris and Sherri, happy anniversary to the two of you. Hope you have a wicked awesome day. Celebrate well and enjoy. And by golly, cheers and beers to you. And may every day be that wedding day. Take it from the Love Doctor. Make every day truly special. Alright, we had a couple trivia questions, and they were doozies. And they got some action, no doubt about that, especially this first one. What Ralph Macchio movie was released June 22nd, 1985? Well, our good friend Jenna Skyberg chimed in 2 minutes before our next friend, who put up an answer that was very entertaining. Jenna Skyberg, you said it first. You were absolutely correct. The Karate Kid. The first one. That's right. 1984, like we said, with Ralph Macchio and, oh baby, Elizabeth Shue. How do she do? Boom! You nailed it. You beat my good friend Matt Mad Dog Becker by 2 minutes. And Mad Dog went on to say Ralph Macchio is the June flavor of the month at Starbucks. I am sure that's what the under 30s would say. Brother, I hate to say it, but you're probably right. And most people under 30 have probably never even heard of Ralph Macchio. They certainly haven't heard of George Carlin. And we all know how wicked awesome George Carlin is. Oh yeah, that's right. A true legend indeed. Well, Jenna, my dear friend, a wicked hardcore Seattle Seahawks fan, legit one I might add, because she's from Washington State. We know Northern Oregon. Get it? I understand. Know her from jolly old England, though, as do I know my man Matt Mad Dog Becker, who's living in Nebraska, the cornholer state. Jenna, though, you get the Love Doctor salute. Wicked awesome job. Hell yeah. And I'll drink to that. And Matt Mad Dog Becker, for the coolness of that answer, I shall drink to you, my friend. Alright. The other question. Another good one. And I love these two books. And I knew it was going to get answered. Johnny Cash's famous song, A Boy Named Sue, was written by whom? Well, I threw a hint out there. This is what probably gave it away. Think of Where the Sidewalk Ends and A Light in the Attic. Well, our good friend Jenn Moreau, a stunningly gorgeous sweetheart of a lady who just got a shout out on the show a couple days ago for her birthday, her 29th birthday, she nailed it. She jumped in wicked fast. She said Shel Silverstein. Is it Silverstein or Silverstein? Never have figured it out. I think it's Silverstein, actually. S-T-E-I-N. Whatever. However he wants to pronounce his last name. If he wants to spell it Silverstein and pronounce it Smith, so be it. It's his prerogative. Oh, wait. He's no longer with us. Only in spirit and memory. Sadly, Mad Dog, most people have probably never heard of Shel Silverstein either. Oh, what are they teaching kids these days? But anyway, Jenn Moreau, the pride of Providence, the pride of Rhode Island, and who I know from good old California, the land of fruits and nuts, otherwise known as Northern Mexico, and living in North Carolina. That's right, Southern Virginia, pretty much. Big Love Doctor salute to you. Oh, hell yeah! Way to go, Jenn. Way to go. Wicked awesome job. Alright, so there's your trivia questions. And we got time for a couple quick shout outs, right? Sure, why not? I want to give a shout out to my good friends, Eric Jovette, first and foremost. Eric, DJ Eric, brother, you and I love good quality adult beverages. You and I love good quality Latina music and Hispanic music, things of that nature. As you well know, my love goddess, she's Mexican. stunningly gorgeous too, I might add. And her wicked awesome mom's here, so you know I'm really eating like a king. Oh yes, I am. And Eric Jovat, my friend, I got some music coming up in a moment that you're gonna be very excited to hear. Okay, DJ, radio station, Puerto Rico, awesome stuff. You're gonna dig it. It's not Puerto Rican music, but it is Cuban music. I know, pretty close, and I know it's different. I get it. Trust me. When I took my wife home on vacation to Massachusetts, they all assumed she was Hispanic. Oh, no. She's like, no. I'm not Hispanic. I'm Mexican. Not a lot of Mexican folks in Massachusetts. And they were like, oh my God. Yeah, no kidding, folks. Yes, Mexicans do exist. And there's a few in Massachusetts. But there's a whole lot of them down here in Yeehaw, Texas. That's right. Otherwise known as Southern Oklahoma. Love Mexicans. Love Mexico. Viva la Mexico, yeah? Yeah. All right, well, Eric, my man. Hey, cheers and beers, brother. All right. My man, Jeremy Luth. Jeremy the Ball Sniffer. The pride of Iowa. That's right, the wrestling state. And he is a wrestling kind of guy. He's also a wicked hardcore Chicago Bears fan. Top Bears. Top Bears. And he's a smart guy. And he believes drugs should all be legal. Hey, here's my philosophy, brother. I don't have a problem with people that want to shoot whatever drugs into their ass, nose, eyeball, arm, veins, whatever. If they want to do drugs in their own house, all for it. However, like alcohol, do not drive under the influence of any of these items. That is dumber than a second coat of paint, to quote the late great George Carlin. Alright? Squeeze me. But Jeremy Luth, my man, I want to give you a shout out. GCS posse member for your knife. That's right. Jolly old England. I know you're from. And a very smart guy. Although we disagree in a lot of ways, you are right by me. I don't care what anybody says about you. You are right in my book. Brother! There you go. Cheers and beers. My good friend, Tommy McEntee. Although he's a comical nav wizard, he is awesome. Wicked awesome. And a great leader of men, women, and its. And like Jeremy, a walking brain. However, he leans to my side of philosophy on things. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, he mentioned something today. Apparently, Hillary Clinton is complaining that she's broke or poor or something. Really? Let me tell you something, Hillary Clinton. You nasty, nasty communist douchebagette. Hillary Clinton. I can't stand her. And God forbid she ever become president of my country. Ugh. I will gag myself with a wooden cooking spoon. Hillary Clinton. Now, I don't like to play politics on the show, but Hillary Clinton always deserves a big fat GFY. She's as annoying as Justine Bieber. Okay? There you go. That's my 2 cents. Freedom of speech. I'll enjoy it while I have it. And Tommy McEntee, my man, the pride of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the city of brotherly hatred. Yeah, let's just be honest. There's a lot of violence in Philly. But you're a wicked hardcore Phillies fan, Flyers fan, Sixers fan, Eagles fan. A true homer. Much respect. Much respect. Tommy McEntee, always great hearing from you, brother, and hope you enjoy the show. And then to the stunningly gorgeous total sweetheart of a lady, Jessica Thompson. She living in Massachusetts. That's right, greatest state in the nation. And she has even admitted us Massachusetts drivers are among the best she's ever seen. You know why? Because we're good like that. We pay attention to the road. Sure, we all drive about 10 to 20 miles an hour over the speed limit. Hey, ain't nobody got time to dilly-dally. Like the Blues Brothers, we're on a mission from God. But we don't tailgate. If people do stupid things on the road, we flip them off. They flip us off back. We press on. And bygones are bygones. That's how we do business. See? It's those summer dinks you get from other states, namely mostly New York and Jersey, that really screw things up. And if you don't believe me, you're not a true native or a year-round resident of the great state of Massachusetts. If you are, you understand what the hell I'm talking about. And Jessica Thompson, my dear, GCS Posse for life. You will be future, real babe of the day on Beer and Song of the Day. Why? Because you like Smith Barney. You made it the old-fashioned way. You earned it. Jess, my dear, cheers and beers to you, and hope you enjoy the show. Uh-oh. Empty as a brain cells on an average Yankee fan. We have a problem. Oh! Let's bring out some New England beer for this here show. Why not? Magic Hat Brewing Company out of South Burlington, Vermont. That's right. Western New Hampshire. Pretty close. Almost the same. Magic Hat Brewing Company Hocus Pocus. I have never had this here beer. Never seen it. 3/4 pint of wheat ale. Now, I love my wheat beers, and I'm sure I'm going to love this. So here we go. We shall see. Proper beer opening apparatus, proper technique. I love Magic Hat Brewing Company. 45-degree angle right into the beer consumption apparatus, right over the keyboard. Consumption that damn good. Haven't spilled a drop yet. Never have it, never will. So I say to all of you, cheers and beers to all of you. Prost, they say in Germany, goodbye as they say in Japan. That's a summer beer, folks. Definitely a beer for the excruciating hot days of good old summer down here in Yeehaw, Texas. Otherwise known as West Louisiana. Again, same damn state. I've had better wheat beers, especially German wheat beers, Hefeweizens. But I'm going to give this a B. A solid B. It is a good beer. But I've had better. I've had much worse, unfortunately. But I've had better. A B for badass. With that said, folks, I think we got our shout-outs done for the day. There we go. Okay. Let's get to that first hunk of the day on Beer and Song of the Day. Big and E. Oh, yeah. Well, let's bring out a legendary man indeed. The band leader of the amazing Chito and His Afro-Cubans. Why not bring out Chito himself, right? Because I can. You know what? Screw it. I was going to play the music for the babe, but I decided I'm going to play the music for the dude. Because it's only fitting. If we're going to show him off as hunk of the day, we better play Guampampiro by Chito and His Afro-Cubans from 1945. Folks, we're taking it down to Cuba. Prior to Fidel Castro. Guampampiro! Some real awesome Cuban music as we show off the legendary maracas player, band leader Chito and His Afro-Cubans. While World War II was finishing up, Chito was having a whole lot of fun. I do believe that's your lead singer right there. Chito Padrino! I can't roll my R's. I'm albino. What do you want from me? Well, my wife won't get on the show to roll the R's for me. Bummer. Maybe I'll get my mother-in-law on the show sometime. Guampampiro. What do you think, folks? Huh? Pretty awesome, huh? That's right, Beer and Song of the Day. You never know what you're going to hear. 2 for Tuesday, I love to bring out all kinds of different stuff. Variety is the spice of life, folks. Can you imagine hanging out in Cuba prior to 1959? Good times for sure. Only 90 miles south of Florida. And yet most of us have never been there. It's really sad. Maybe someday we'll be able to smoke Cuban cigars again. Yeah, we can't even trade with these folks. It's pretty sad. All over political crap. I think politics suck. It's Cuban music, not Mexican. You're half Mexican. You should know that, right? This is Cuban music. Oh, Cubans and Mexicans are different. See? She's half Mexican, half albino, aka white. That's right. And she's a wonderful little lady, aren't you, Allie?
Yes.
How awesome are you?
Wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome, yes you are. You know what méchant génial is? Méchant génial is French for wicked awesome. Alright, so there's your hunk of the day, your first hunk of the day on Beer and Song of the Day. Machito! So let's bring out our first babe of the day. Legendary actress, Mexican Spitfire. In fact, she did a movie in 1940 called Mexican Spitfire. She will always be known as the Mexican Spitfire. The stunningly gorgeous Lupe Velez. Lupe Velez, born 1908, sadly committed suicide in 1944, only 36 years old. Tragic. Yeah, she killed herself. Terrible, isn't it? Isn't life awesome? Why would anybody want to kill themselves? I don't think anybody should ever kill themselves. It's just not worth it. Not cool. Always count your blessings every day of the week and twice on Sunday. Hey, speaking of counting your blessings, how about those that are counting a blessing by having a birthday today? Like Robert Downey Sr., not Jr., but Sr. Robert Downey Sr., 78 and doing great. How about Minka Kelly, actress, hottie. Minka Kelly, 34. Oh my goodness. Former baby of the day on Beer and Song of the Day, too. Jeff Beck. Now, he took over as lead singer of the Yardbirds after Eric Clapton left. Jeff Beck, incredible guitarist, and of Yardbirds fame, 70 years old today. Milestone birthday for him. J.J. Redick, formerly of Duke University Blue Devils college basketball. Excuse me. I believe he's still with the Milwaukee Bucks, 30 years old today. It's funny how those puke college players, and I can't stand puke. I can't. Puke Blue Devils. A lot of respect to Mike Krzyzewski. Coach K is, for those that can't pronounce his last name. But Coach K, phenomenal basketball coach. I just can't stand puke, personally. Hey, I'm a Boston College fan. What do you want from me, okay? But yeah, J.J. Redick, 30 years old today. How about that? Milestone birthday to him.
What's a milestone?
Milestone, that's like, you know, somebody that has like a 21st birthday, 30th birthday, 10th birthday.
Hey, next year.
Next year is going to be your milestone 10th birthday. You'll be a decade old. Isn't that awesome? Yeah.
Nana's already a decade old.
What's that?
Nana's already a decade old.
Yeah, Nana's already a decade old plus 2 years. Delilah's 12. Princess Delilah. Where's Princess Delilah?
She's outside playing with Bobby.
Oh, okay. You didn't want to play though, huh? You wanted to hang out and be on Beer and Song of the Day, huh?
It's hot outside.
It's not that hot out there.
Yes, it is. I'm not used to the air. I'm not used to
Well, it's not the heat, it's the humidity that gets you. Hey, Roy Disney, the brother of one Walt Disney. You know the Disney. Yeah, you know Walt Disney. Well, his brother Roy was born this day in 1893, passed away in 1971. He was 77, 78 years old when he passed away, so he lived a good long life. How about Mick Fleetwood? Of course, drummer for Fleetwood Mac, 67 years old today. A legend indeed. Phil Harris, comedian, great actor. Phil Harris, born this day 1904, passed away in 1995. Jack Dempsey, legendary boxer back in the 20s. Jack Dempsey, born this day in 1985, passed away at the age of 88 in 1983. He might have been 86. No, I think he did make it to 88. Peter Weller, actor. 67 years old today. Sherri Stringfield, cutie from the TV show ER, 47 years old today. Ambrose Bierce, legendary writer, born in the state in 1842, passed away in 1913. Michelle Lee, actress, 72 years old today. Nancy Allen, another actress, and pretty beautiful in her day. Nancy Allen, 63 years old today. Hey, where's my wrestling fans at? Who remembers Zeus back in WWF days before it became WWE? And then he became Z Gangsta. And then, of course, we remember him in those Friday movies as Debo. That's right, Tom Tiny Lister, 56 years old today. Awesome stuff. John Tortorella, former Tampa Bay Lightning hockey head coach, and then recently was the hockey head coach of the New York Rangers. John Tortorella, 56 years old today. Rich Eisen, analyst, ESPN guy, sports not like me, 45 years old today. Here you go. Here's a big birthday for you, folks. Al Molinaro. Al Molinaro. We remember him from Happy Days. We remember him from The Odd Couple. Al, 95 years old today. That deserves a huge Love Doctor salute. And that deserves Mia St. John, female boxer, a.k.a. goddess as well. 47 years old today, and definitely a gift sent from heaven. And then Ellison Onizuka, Asian American astronaut, sadly one of the 7 that were tragically killed January 28th in the year of our Lord, 1986. Challenger explosion. He was born in this day in 1946. Passed away at the age of 39, although famousbirthdays.com said he died January 26th of 1988. Yeah, we know that's wrong. I was watching it in elementary school on TV in 7th grade when it happened. Awful. Well, there's our babe of the day. First babe of the day, Lupe Velez. Yowza.
Josh, I know a 3-time world champion.
Who's a 3-time world champion?
Jennifer Alcorn.
Jennifer who?
Alcorn.
Alcorn? Never heard of her.
She's a 3-time undefeated world champ in boxing.
Oh, in boxing. Wow. See, Allie says that Jennifer Alcorn is a 3-time world champion undefeated in boxing. I didn't know that. You must watch boxing a lot.
No, she came to our class.
Oh, she came to your class. She came to her class in school. Wow.
And she signed my yearbook.
And she signed your yearbook? Mm-hmm. How awesome is that?
Wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome indeed. That's right. Well.
I can go get my yearbook.
Yeah, go get your yearbook and tell people about it. In the meantime, what we're going to do is we're going to bring out some wonderful jazz music. We're going to take it back to 1939, baby. We heard the tail end of World War II. How about the beginning of World War II, before the United States got involved? Harry James, legendary trumpet player. He was with Benny Goodman for a number of years in the Benny Goodman Band. Harry James, one of the greatest trumpet players of all time. You could rank him right up there with Louis Armstrong, no doubt. Him and his legendary 1939 classic, Ciribiribin. Here you go. Harry James, our second hunk of the day. Let's play the music while we show him off. Harry James. Just listen to the song and be amazed. And let's see that. This yearbook. McKinley Elementary School, folks. From our little niece, the lovely Allie. We love you. Where is it? Oh! She's not lying, folks. Can you read it? Read 'em and weep, baby. 3-time world champ. What does all that say? Jennifer All-America with Alcorn. 3-time undefeated world champ. Jennifer All-America Alcorn, 3-time undefeated world champ. There you go, little lady. A little bit of Harry James, 1939. This song's 75 years old, but it never gets old. What a legendary trumpet player he was. But folks, this guy did something even better than play some of the greatest trumpet in the world. See, he was busy plowing a stunningly gorgeous sweetheart of a lady that you're going to see in a bit. One of the most famous pinup girls of all time. He was married to her for 22 years. Oh, some of you already know the late great Betty Grable. World War II pinup goddess. And I do mean goddess. That'll make you blow your horn. Believe me, this man was blowing his horn a lot. In more ways than one. Harry James. Early picture. Towards the end of his life, passed away in 1983 at the age of 66. He blasted wicked hardcore right up until he died, too. A true legend indeed. Harry James, one of the absolute best, no doubt about it. This is from 1965. TV Week. Not TV Guide. No. TV Week. Him and his pencil-thin mustache. So pencil-thin you could barely tell you the mustache. Alright. So there you go. Harry James, legend indeed. Folks, we have saved the best for last, in my opinion. We are going to bring out the final babe of the day on Beer and Song of the Day as I blast through this day in history and have some more adult beverage. Drink with me, will ya? Cheers and beers. Harry James is definite better half. They were married from 1943 until they split up in 1965. The stunningly drop-dead gorgeous Betty Grable. Betty Grable, easily the most famous pinup model of World War II. No doubt about it. Many wanted to be her. Many wanted to be like her. And oh my God. You know, if I lived in that era, her last name would have been Baker. Because she would have hooked up with the love doctor in a heartbeat. If she was smart. Remember, I'm married to royalty. I got a good, wicked good. Hey, understand, 2013, just last year. All right, Chicago Blackhawks fans. A year ago today, the Chicago Blackhawks, they won the Stanley Cup after beating my Boston Bruins in 6 games. We had the lead a minute and 17 seconds later. I think it was. It was all over. Those Blackhawks scored 2 goals and beat my Boston Bruins.
Yes, ma'am.
On this day in 2012, the last known Pinta Island tortoise, Lonesome George, is found dead in the Galapagos Islands. A sad day indeed. Allie, what's for dinner tonight? Say what? ¿Qué te importa? I can't speak Spanish. Je ne peux pas español très bien. That's French of saying I don't speak Spanish very well. Oh, my better half dropped the F-bomb. My better half just gave me that. That's not very nice. On this day in 1991, NHL adopts instant replay and the 10th of a second clock in the final minute. On this day in 1986, Guy Hunt. Guy Hunt. Well, he must love guys then. Guy Hunt, get it? Elected first Republican governor of Alabama. Yep. Eastern Mississippi, basically.
You like corn?
In 112 years. That's ironic because Alabama is a very Republican state these days. But that was the first Republican governor since 1870. Wow. Wow. Yeah, wow indeed. On this day in 1982, the Supreme Court rules that the president can't be sued for actions in office. That's some bullshit if you're telling me. Wow. On this day in 1979, Rickey Henderson debuts for the Oakland A's, first game ever, and he steals his first base, naturally. Greatest base stealer of all time, greatest leadoff hitter in history. On this day in 1977, the IRS reveals that President Jimmy Carter paid no taxes in 1976. Well, ain't that freaking convenient? Gee. No wonder why they came up with that rule that the Supreme Court ruled that presidents couldn't be sued for action in office. On this day in 1972, Wake Island becomes unincorporated territory of the United States, courtesy of the U.S. Air Force. How about that? Wake Island. Doesn't sound like a place I'd want to go to. There's probably nothing there. On this day in 1970, Cincinnati Reds played their final game at Crosley Field, which was the ballpark that had the first ever night game in Major League history, May 24th, 1935. They beat the San Francisco Giants 5-4. After that, they moved to Riverfront Stadium. On this day in 1965, 50 years ago today, the Federal Trade Commission rules that health warnings must appear on all cigarette packages. Wow. On this day in 1963, first demonstration of the home video recorder, where at British Broadcasting Corporation Studios, London, jolly old England. That's awesome. On this day in 1957, I Love Lucy, last airs on CBS TV, a sad day indeed. On this day in 1949, Hop Along Cassidy becomes the first network Western on TV. How about that? First Western show, network Western. NBC, by the way. On this day in 1946, 11.72 inches of rain. That's 29.77 centimeters for my metric friends, eh? So I'm talking about. Oh, Canada indeed. Rainfall at Mellon, Wisconsin. 24-hour state record. That's wicked wet. On this day in 1939, Pan Am's first United States to England flight. 75 years ago today. Pretty awesome stuff. On this day in 1938, 500-ton meteorite lands near Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. That shit would hurt. Oh, no, you probably wouldn't even notice if that happened. Early 1935 picture of Betty Grable. Hey, like a fine wine, she got better with age, in my opinion. A bikini in 1935. I thought the bikini wasn't invented in 1946. Oh, wait, that's a two-piece bathing suit. That's different. On this day in 1932, the AFPA changes their name to the NFL. This is 1922, excuse me. The AFPA, American Football Players Association, I believe that stood for. I don't do acronyms, folks. Changed the name to the National Football League, the NFL. And on that day as well, Jeremy Luth, did you know this? What kind of Bears fan are you? The Chicago Staleys became the Chicago Bears. Stop Bears. Stop Bears. I'll drink to that. On this day in 1895, a decision was made to hold the modern Olympics every 4 years. That's right, our beloved Olympics. On this day in 1882, nationally expels umpire Richard Higham for dishonesty. Hey, can we expel Congress for dishonesty too? Oh wait, we wouldn't have a government. Imagine that. On this day in 1841, Fordham University, then known as St. John's College, opens in Bronx, New York. On this day in 1817, something all of us coffee drinkers can appreciate. The first coffee was planted in Hawaii on the Kona coast. Kona, Hawaii. How about that? There's your Kona coffee, eh? On this day in 1717, where's my Masonic brethren at? On this day in 1717, and I can say I have been there, the first ever Freemasons Grand Lodge was founded. London, jolly old England, June 24th, 1717. I have been to the oldest lodge in the world. The oldest Freemason lodge in the world. For I am a fellow Masonic brother. On this day, 1692, Kingston, Jamaica is founded. Yaman! Jamaica man! That's right, the capital of Jamaica. And finally on this day, in 1509, Henry VIII, that guy, is crowned King of jolly old England. And that is she was known as Mrs. Harry James for 22 years. That lucky bastard. What does he have that I don't have? Money. That's it. So yeah, 2 for Tuesday. Always lasts longer, but it's always stronger. I'll drink to that. Empty as a brain cells on an average Los Angeles Lakers fan. Folks, you know what time it is, right? Damn right, redneck to be. Folks, time to make the feed us the head out so everybody take care of a wicked awesome night and day. Peace be the journey. Don't do anything I wouldn't do. Don't do drive my spill, drink all you might kill yourself or somebody else. And drinking or driving is dumber than being the ice man. What's dumber than that is rooting for puke festive goober schnitzels like Eli. I'm as good as Tom Brady. Huh, you mouth-breathing scumbag jackass. Manning. Ugh. Or men slapping women, or animal abuse, or racism, or people who watch on bets, or fake friends, or anybody that supports the fans or is a member of the Westboro Baptist Church. Things like that are just plain stupid and definitely deserve a big, fat GFY. Folks, I'm Mighty I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. Lots of good food smells in Mama's kitchen. I think they're making more mole. Yummy. Mexican mole, eh? Damn right.